Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we have discussed regarding different types of solid like crystalline solid, amorphous solid. Now, discuss about the classification of crystalline solid. As per the flow chart, the crystalline solids are of four types: ionic solid, covalent solid, molecular solid, and metallic solid. Let's discuss briefly about their constituent particles, how the ionic solid and the other solids are made, what type of bond is present, and what are the characteristic properties of different solid. And last one is example. So there is a diagram for you. All the solids are crystalline, so that they are considered to exist in a cubical vessel, a cubical cell. So as you know, the cube contains how many corners? 8 corners. 8 corners means there are 8 particles may be present. These particles or points are called lattice point. Here cation and anions are exist in alternate position. In first case, ionic solid, the constituent particles are two oppositely charged ions. Cation, anion. The types of bond is ionic bond. Electrostatic force of attraction, ionic bond is exist in between cation and anion in case of ionic solid. So what are the properties? As per in the previous class we were discussed regarding ionic bond. It shows the ionic properties like it has high melting point, boiling point, density, high heat of fusion, these are mostly solid, exist in solid state. These are brittle in nature. By applying pressure, they can convert it into powder form. So these are brittle in nature and mostly bad conductor. Bad conductor in solid state. But when it becomes aqueous solution or fluid state, it conducts electricity due to formation of two oppositely charged ions in aqueous solution and fluid state. Example, well known sodium chloride, cesium chloride, silver chloride, silver bromide, potassium chloride. These are some examples of ionic solid. Then next one is covalent solid. Generally covalent bonds are present, and covalent bond exist in atoms. So the constituent particles of covalent solid is atom, and nature of course is covalent bond. It has also high melting point, boiling point, heat of fusion. These are also solid. The heat of fusion is slightly less than ionic solid. These are bad conductor of heat and electricity except graphite. In covalent solid, due to absence of free electrons, these are bad conductor. But except graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity due to its fourth valency. The fourth valency electron or free electron. What are the examples of covalent solid? Graphite, diamond. These are covalent solid. Carborundum, silicon carbide is called carborundum. Means here the constituent particles are silicon and carbon. These are exist in alternate position of the cube. Then molecular solids. Molecular solid contains molecules, high molecular mass substances. The bond is molecular bond, or it may be hydrogen bond or van der Waals force exist in molecular solids. So these are exist in solid state. These are hard to brittle, mostly having low melting point, boiling point, density, heat of fusion. And these are also bad conductor or insulator. Example, dry ice. Dry ice means solid carbon dioxide, sugar, urea. These are non-electrolytes. They do not conduct electricity in aqueous solution or fluid state, so these are insulators. Metallic solid. It contains positive ion. Positive cations are called kernel and sea of electron. Here we take a sea of electron. Means large number of electrons are present, and in the sea of electron the positively charged ions are present. So here the bond is metallic bond. What are the characters? These are soft to hard. Some metals are there which are very soft like sodium, magnesium, and there are some very hard metal like iron. They have very high melting point, boiling point, density, but having moderate heat of fusion. These are good conductors. As you know, all metals are good conductors of electricity. An example is all types of metal which are solid and all alloys are metallic. So these are all about our classification of crystalline solid. Briefly discussed here. So there is a long question for you. Then we entire discuss one by one separately or by summarizing by a table. Or individual questions like 2 mark, 3 mark questions are individually asked in examination. What are covalent solid? Give example. What are ionic solid? Give example. But there is a large number of options are there. You can classify into which one is ionic, which one is covalent, which one is molecular, which one is metallic. So there are different types of questions are there. So by this table you can easily memorize all the characters of a crystalline solid. Okay. Is lattice point or lattice site. Here is a crystalline solid is there. And what is lattice point or site? The position which are occupied by the constituent particles of a crystalline solid is called lattice point or lattice site. Suppose we take cesium chloride. Cesium chloride contains two types of ions, cesium plus cation, Cl minus anion. So here 8 corners are there. That means there are 8 lattice points are there. This is cesium plus, then this ion is Cl minus. These are occupied by the lattice point or lattice site. So, unit cell. So, what is a unit cell? Unit cell is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional unit which completely defines the crystal. Like our body is made by what? Cell. So cell is the functional and structural unit of living organism. Like that, the unit cell completely provides the entire structure of a crystalline solid. It may be in 2D structure or it may be in 3D structure. In case of 3D structure, it is of two types, simple or it is primitive. Or centered unit cell is of three types, end centered, body centered, face centered. Now coming to two-dimensional unit cell. Two-dimensional unit cell, what is? It is the two-dimensional structure which completely defines the crystal lattice or space lattice. Like our wall. This is our wall surrounding us. It is made by a number of bricks. Each brick can be considered as one unit cell. By arranging in different direction, we can get the entire wall. That wall may act as crystal lattice. Our floor contains tile covering tile. 2D or 3D tiles are arranged in different direction to get to cover the entire floor. So each tile may be a unit cell. The entire floor covering may be act as a crystal lattice. So 2D, the two-dimensional unit cells are of five types: square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombic, hexagon. Square contains square unit cell. Rectangle, rectangular unit cell. Parallelogram, parallelogram unit cell. Rhombic, rhombic is rectangular with interior point. Hexagonal, rhombus with 60 degree. These are the unit cells and these are the arrangement. How the unit cells are looks like? Square. Let here consider 4 points. By joining the 4 points, you get square unit cell. Then rectangular. Arrange some particles like 2D structure and joining them. Then you get rectangular unit cell. Parallelogram. Arrange the particles in such a way and then join 4 particles. Then you get parallelogram. Rhombus. Arrange the constituent particles. Join four particles having an interior point. So it is rhombic. Then hexagonal. It looks like rhombus shape having an angle is 60 degree. Mostly this type of unit cells are found in floor covering. Wallpaper. Two-dimensional wallpaper where different particles are arranged. In either direction. Then you get the entire crystal lattice by arranging these type of unit cells, either along left to right or from top to bottom. Then next coming to three-dimensional unit cell. It is very, very important. Constituent particles are arranged in simple cell and also in centered unit cell. Each unit cell having its own structure. Three-dimensional means it is a 3D structure which completely defines the space lattice by arranging in different directions. Primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell contains the constituent particles at the all corners. If the constituent particles are present at the all corners of the cell, then it is primitive or simple. Look diagram. How many corners are there? There are 8 corners. Each corner contains one particle. This is the simple or primitive unit cell. All the particles are present at the all corner of the cell. Then centered unit cell. In centered unit cell, the constituent particles are present at the all corner with other position. Other position means it may be face, it may be body, it may be ending. First one is face center. The constituent particles are present at the all corners. If the cell contains 8 corners, the particles are present at the all corner of the cell as well as all the faces. How many faces are there? 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then front face, 5. Then back face, 6. It is face center. All the particles present, all the corners as well, all the 6 faces. Then body center. The constituent particles present at the all corners. And inside the body of the cell, it is body center. The last one is end center. Like other unit cells, the constituent particles are present at the all corner, as well as two opposite faces. So these are the two ending and as end centered unit cell. These all types of unit cells are characterized by its parameters: axial angle, alpha, beta, gamma, and earth length. A, B, C. As it is a 3D structure, so it has three angles: alpha along x-axis, beta along y-axis, gamma along z-axis. Along x-axis, the earth length is A; along y-axis, B; along z-axis, it is C. Let's have a diagram. This is the unit cell. It is x-axis. It is along y-axis, z-axis. A, B, C. Along the three axes. This is the angle alpha. This is the angle beta. This is the angle gamma. Here is the 3D structure with axial angle and earth length of a unit cell. So depending upon the axial angle, earth length, we can derive a crystal lattice. Or it is otherwise called space lattice. You can take a 3D space, the three-dimensional arrangement of different unit cells in different direction to get a complete crystal lattice, or it is called space lattice or crystal lattice. In the crystal lattice, each point represents one lattice point. Each lattice point contains one particle. And these points or the lattice particles or the lattice points are connected through bond, single line or bond. Let's draw a diagram by taking the different unit cell to get the crystal lattice or space lattice. Let's have one unit cell. Then arrange another unit cell at its right side. You can arrange another one. You can arrange the cubical cell at the bottom, at the top, left side, right side, back side, front side. Now draw say bottom of the cell. Another one. And another one. So here we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unit cells. You can arrange in the 3D space the number of unit cells to get the complete space lattice or crystal lattice. Let's have a practice for the drawing of the crystal lattice and space lattice. Okay, thank you.